Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name is Tom Novak. Today's Thursday, March 25th. It's cold and rainy out tonight. It's 38 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius. And we had a failure on my first set of olive trees, but we're doing something different. What I did is I got the olive trees like 2 weeks ago. I got them in my makeshift greenhouse outside. Even with this cold weather, they're doing good inside the greenhouse. And then I open it up during the day, and they're still doing good. So maybe that's the trick. I'm going to get them watered in good, settled. But in December of 2020, we failed at all 6. So my fault for not being more careful. But we're going to try again. We're going to try a different soil mix that I come up with. And we're going to see if that works. Today we're going to try another fast draining soil mix. We're going to use 1 part vermiculite, 1 part peat moss, 3 parts sifted perlite. I put inside 3 tablespoons of Mykos, and then I'm going to dust the root ball with Azos. Now here's one of the 6 olive trees. You'll know it's got a funny shoot growing out this way, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to cut it right over here, and then we're going to root this part. So this way here, we'll see how the roots are and go from there. We're going to put it in a small pot like this because it's not a very big plant. I got the screen on the inside. And then the cutting, we're going to root in the coconut coir, and we'll see what happens. So the first thing we're going to do is take out our plant, squeeze the pot. This is a nice pot, and again, this one does not want to come out of the pot. We're having bad luck getting plants out of the pots for the last couple of days. So what I'm going to do is run my bamboo skewer around the edge of the pot. And the holes are too small. There we go. And this one has a nice little root system going here. They got a nice gritty mixture. Here's the mixture they have it in. So what I'm going to do is just take some of the soil off the root ball, yet still keeping the roots. Looks like they rooted it in perlite because you can still see a lot of perlite on there. So we're going to wash the roots a little bit. You don't have to get all the soil off. That's a nice little cutting. It's got a nice flat root base on it, as you can see it. So, we'll get our peroxide, and we're going to dip our scissors inside, our shears. But that might be a little bit too thick, so I want to make a nice clean cut, because when you root something, you want to cut sharp. You don't want no ragged edges on there, so you don't get no rot. So we're going to cut it right above here. So this way here we can get a nice double branch structure. And so we'll put our cutting there. Now if you noticed, for my scissors I had some old paint markers, and I painted them so I don't forget which is for roots and which is for the trimming of the plants. But we're not going to cut any roots except maybe just this one long one, hoping it'll divide. And that's about it, because the roots seem nice, except over here you can see this root's coming straight up. And this root's going straight up. It must have been the way it was put in the pot. But now we got a nice radial root base. It'll sit nice in the pot. So what we're going to do, here's the soil I made. I put it in the bag. So if you can't find a container, mix your soil up in the bag. Get a nice bag that zips closed. I got a Ziploc, and then you just put on the bag and what you have on the inside. You can see how nice the soil is. So what we're going to do now, put our container there. We'll take our small measuring cup. I got these at Walmart. That's the only place I can find a nice small measuring cup. Now, I'm going to leave this up, and before we put our olive tree into the soil, I'm going to dust the roots, because this is where you get the benefit of the Azos on the roots. Just like that, just dust it. And that'll help your roots out together with the Mykos beneficial bacteria that's already into the soil that I mixed up. Now this, we're going to put it right on the top, spreading our roots so we get a nice radial root base. And you're not worried about no front on this. See how nice it stands? You're not worrying about a front because we're going to see how the tree grows. Okay. We'll take our little bamboo skewer. Here it is under the table. And we'll just gently push the soil into the root base. Nice and gentle. We'll see, so if you can't get worm castings, then use the Vermiculite. That'll help retain moisture. And it's very light. I'll take a little more and add it because the roots are a little bit out. There we go. We're going to gently tap it in. We're going to give it a little sprig of water. Now we're not going to worry about decorating it. We want this to grow first. Look how nice it comes out of that. It fast drains real nice. Now we're going to push it in with our fingers, nice and gentle like. I got it a little offset so we can put a couple of stones in there to hold it flat. Get a little more of our mixture. You can see how nice and fluffy the mixture is. Real nice and light. For those of you that have arthritis, this is a perfect mixture because once you get it into your container, the pot's super light. It's not heavy. Look at that. And you can see how nice the water's draining right out. I found some old shale. It's super thin so you can break it. You don't even need a hammer on this. That way there, we can cover our roots, our root base here, so it holds the moisture in. Yet with the fast drainage, everything will work out good. I really like this mixture. Nice and light and airy. And the pot is from the dollar store. Only, I think they're 2 for $1. So all you do is drill a little hole in there with a Forster bit and you got it. Okay, so there's our olive tree, our small cutting. Now, a lot of people are used to seeing bonsai shows with big trees and everything else like that, but you gotta look on the bright side. We can't afford it. And those that can, fine. They got a nice bonsai tree, but for us, you start out small. You watch it grow. You develop your tree. It's just like a child growing up. You're teaching him the facts of life and how to live and be nice. And the same thing you're doing with your tree. You're letting it grow, and then you're going to clip it. That's the way I think of my trees. Like a little kid, you're trying to grow. Okay, so now we're going to take right below the node cutting, and then we're going to just strip these branches, these leaves right off. So we got that much there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my rooting hormone. I'm going to dip it in the water so I can get this to stick onto the stem real nice. And then I'm going to take my bamboo skewer, poke a hole in it. And what I'm going to do also, before I put it in, I'm just going to give a shot of Azos in there to help the roots to grow. Just a pinch. Just a pinch. That's all you need. Then we stick our cutting as far down as we can go up to the first part of our leaves. Snug it in real nice and fine. And then I'll mark what day we put it in, and we'll see if this thing roots. I'll give you an update. Same thing with this. I'll put this in a greenhouse tomorrow because it's raining like crazy now. Well, not crazy, but it's raining. So I don't want to open up the greenhouse and get wet. So I got rid of all the old powder because you don't want to contaminate your strain that you got in here. I'll dip my clippers in here so they're nice and sterilized. And you got it. So let's see what happens. I got 5 more plants to plant. So the minute I can find, once I can find some more containers, and as they grow, I'll pull them out and we'll do some more videos on them. So I thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Don't be afraid to try. If you fail, you try again. Thomas Edison, I don't know, he must have tried, or not Edison, but Ford. No, Thomas Edison, he tried over 1,000 times to get his light bulb to work, and he finally got it. He never gave up, so don't you give up, no matter what your age is. There's always something there for you, and that's your little buddy to sit with you. Talk to it, and they say talking to plants makes them grow, and that's because they absorb your carbon monoxide. So, try it out. Today's Thursday night. I just found some good shows that I haven't seen or heard of since I was a kid. It's The Life of Riley and Duffy's Tavern. So I'm going to check them out with a nice hot cup of tea. So, relax tonight. It's cold over here, but I hope you're warm and warm in your heart. So you take care and have a nice day. And thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors.